Well, so here I am with Iftah and Olaf from Skinnerbox. Amazing. Lovely to meet you guys. Over from Berlin, and we're in Sheffield at the moment. So whilst they're here, it's time for 3 big questions. Oh, yes. Now, you guys have been together for quite a while now.
We're married for 15 years.
Right. Okay. So we'll put the question to you both then. So my first question relates to the past. What thing, maybe it was the first thing that brought you two together, or something that was or maybe it was like a gig or an album or a piece of equipment, something that kind of brought you together and brought your minds together?
If I may, I think Berlin, back then when we met, was the force that brought us together, because it was like, there was a feeling that everything is possible. We met like in a party in 2003, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we just jammed, basically, like just did this like electro-acoustic experiments. And techno, or let's say minimal techno back then, had like, and rave culture had a certain renaissance going on. And I think what turned us on both in this music, that it was not about the what, it was about the how. Like you could use any sound source, as long as it was repetitive enough, everybody would love it. And I think this was the most influential thing, probably.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll move to the present then.
Wait a minute. Oh, you only wanted one answer?
No, we'll have 2 answers.
Okay, I mean, there's 2, because, I mean, there's not only one thing from the past that influences us.
Okay.
Because we are Skinnerbox, right? And there was we once worked for some people who made a dance festival. Anyway, we saw a dance piece by a Brazilian dance company, and this piece was called Skinnerbox, and that's where we got the idea. Let's take the name of this piece because it just sounded cool. And over the years, we just figured out how it actually fits of what we are doing. How it's actually it names it on the spot. You know, it nails it. So what we are doing is actually a Skinnerbox in the context of psychology, right? And so feel free to Google what a Skinnerbox is if you have no idea what it is. So, and then watch a YouTube video of us so you can compare. You know, you get the idea. So that was that. And the last thing, just related to today's mishaps of our luggage not arriving here in Sheffield, is an old tune of Frank Zappa called Waka Jawaka from the same album.
Waka Jawaka, yeah.
Yep, and there's a MiniMoog solo and I was listening to this tune quite a lot, and that was the reason I bought this synthesizer, because it was so lovely, and that's actually the piece of gear that is missing today, but there was a very nice guy from here who just lent us one, so we were able to make our workshop.
Well, yes.
3 things from the past.
So,
2 people.
So now, like, talking about the present then, the present is very much his 2 quite sad guys. You like, not only did your luggage not make it with your clothes, it's your... but your gorgeous original Model D.
It's on the way, I'm sure.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
You can't really take it away from us. As I mentioned before, it was stolen, and we had it back. So you don't mess with us.
It'll find its way back. Okay, but I mean, talking about the present though, I mean, are you using any new pieces of equipment or new techniques in your music that that you haven't maybe used before?
Yes, we do. I mean, we obviously we use a lot of stuff that we develop as well, because we can and we like. I'm also really digging the Digitone by Electron. I really like FM synthesis, and I really feel it. It's like FM reinvented, and it's really fun. And I use it a lot, actually. Yeah.
And also there is, as to mention, our workshop was about CV tools that we collaborated together with Ableton. So that's something that we actually made, and that's something that we actually use. So that's something from the present. So we make our own tools, and CV tools is the tools that we make.
Nonetheless, I'd like to mention that I don't think that you really need new technology. I mean, everything is already there since 1 million years.
Right.
So obviously, electricity.
Electricity.
That's useful stuff.
MiniMoogs.
So, third question now is about the future. Now, you can interpret this however you want, but what maybe have you got in store for the future, or what would you like to see, or what?
Excellent question, Gaz. Excellent. So the thing is that we actually are working really, really hard on our first hardware product, which is hopefully going to be out sometimes in the near future. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's a general, like, we've been, as we mentioned before, we've been around since like 15, 16 years, and we reached a point where we're really, really, really turned on by making musical instruments or things that carry potential to make music rather than just making music, because it has something, and we're really excited about this. And this is the future, actually. Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
You agree?
There's a lot of work and love invested in it, and it's going to be worth it.
Okay, fantastic. Watch this space then.
Yes.
Back to the soldering desk.
Okay, well, guys, thank you ever so much, and like fingers crossed that it'll find its way back. Yeah, it's like a homing pigeon. It'll, yeah, great. Well, thanks so much. Thank you.